Hello everybody and welcome to a special kicking back emanating from Broadhurst Park. We're here at FC United of Manchester.
Local,
very local.
Nice little Manchester team.
We said we'd do more stuff like this and I'm glad that we are doing. And do you know what? It's on your doorstep. It's rare you come across a club with such character, and it's like, it just so happens. Did you grow up like 10 minutes from here?
Yeah, literally 10 minutes down the road I'm from.
So is this your first time seeing the ground?
No, I've been here before actually. They've got a 3G, so this is the stadium.
Right.
And then they've got a 3G just as you come in, like across the road, and then they've got another pitch on the other side. And I think I did a training session with the women's team here once on that 3G.
Nice.
We came in and the changing rooms, the tunnel's here, we can see the tunnel.
Yeah.
We came in and got changed in the changing rooms, the home team and away team.
Right.
What the menus as well.
Yeah.
And actually, I think the women's team play on this pitch now.
Yeah, they mentioned that, didn't they? Like the women's every fixture is on this pitch.
Yeah.
Really good club in terms of they are passionate in their beliefs actually. Like the community focused. Everywhere I look around there I'm seeing flags that say like just enforce their identity, and they're really clear on that identity. So for clubs that are so young in their lifespan, like 20 years old, how often do you come across...
It's such a historic club though, isn't it?
Mad. Yeah,
like
well,
a
that's
young
it.
club, but a lot of history tied to it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, the story of FC United is they sort of branched out because they weren't satisfied with how things were going at Man United. And so they thought, we'll do it right. We'll do it the right way. And then all these flags around it, like you said, make friends, not millionaires. That's right there. There's constant little reminders of their history.
Yeah.
We are those Lions, Mr. Manager,
Yeah.
up there. It's just a really
There's
cool
a lot
club.
to see. There's a lot of different flags. And I was saying there's a lot of different like sets of fans as well. Like there's Poland fans over there I can see. And then there's like Blakely fans, which is just up the road.
Right,
Tameside fans, which is where I'm from. So there's like literally everyone from around this area, but then also a bit global as well for a Step 7 like team. Yeah. Having a global fan base as well. It's incredible. And I think the facilities for a Step 7 team as well is unreal. I think the women are in the 5th tier as well now. Or the 4th tier, so they're doing really well. So I think it's such like a family feel having the men play, then the women play, you know, and there's such a big fan base as well. I think it's 4,000 this stadium, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah, 4,400 I think they
something
said.
like that. But the fans like go around the whole of Manchester, from what I know.
And it's been set up in a really interesting way actually. So this stand here, which is standing, they said that's the 3rd ground that this has actually been on. They saved it from being get rid of. They cut it to make it fit what they are doing. And do you know what? Dortmund did it. It's like a full-on standing stand. Lovely stuff.
Yeah.
Not quite Borussia Dortmund levels, but I think they said that holds 2,500 people, which on a match day is just good, isn't it? It's
proper football, isn't it?
Exactly.
And they have they said it in Germany, like fan-owned and that.
Right.
This is similar.
Yeah.
Like he was saying, the guy we spoke to, Pete, he was saying that we can't have fan-owned clubs that are going to go somewhere nowadays. It's just not going to happen in England because of the money, because of the amount of like publicity. But having these clubs like this that are fully fan-owned, I think it's the biggest club in England that is 100% fan-owned.
That's cool. That's
and you can
cool.
tell as well, like it's amazing, like the facilities, like I said, and you know, like the amount of different fans from around the country, Manchester, the world
as well. Yeah. And I think you only get that when you have something that's actually really worth investing in. Like this, £2 million of the money that built this place came from fans who just backed the idea, backed the vision. They said, like we've had enough. And it takes something like that, I think, to galvanise and get that much money together to build something as unique and as specialist. It's like you say, tier 7. It's absolutely daft, to be honest, the fact that they've got it to such a great standard. Yeah. And it keeps on growing as well. Like, you
know what, these guys are like proper United fans as well, aren't they? Like
absolutely.
We were walking around and he was making City jokes, and I thought,
empty. I heard that.
This is where United began, isn't it? I think he said.
He was saying, like, so born out of. He was talking about coal miners and things like that, wasn't he?
Yeah, just up the road, I think that's where United first started. Yeah. And
he was really connected to the history of the club. You could tell he was talking about his family there, family before him, like, you know, my dad, his dad, whatever.
It's quite interesting because my grandparents lived up the road as well.
Did they?
And they were like really like big United fans.
Right.
And they spoke about all the areas like around here. There's so many grass pitches where football was kind of born in Manchester in a way. Yeah. And like they all played for Manchester boys and whatever. and then they broke off, and then, you know, they had United, and then FC United has broken off. So it's all little like connecting pieces. I find it quite interesting.
It is fascinating. It's fascinating, and it's actually quite encouraging, I think, for the future of football, just to know that, like, even if it does go so far in one direction, there'll be them people who remember how it was, kind of thing, and that they want to champion that. Like, when I look at a club like this, they were telling us they've got, like you say, the pitches outside, and when they put the planning permission together for it, this is technically big enough, this space that they hold, to build a stadium that holds 30,000 people. But is that their goal? I don't necessarily think it is. Do you want to, like, climb the league, buy the league, whatever, or do you want to just make sure that you're prioritising that community side of it?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I see here, left, right and centre. They do so much. They were telling us about, there's a chap who's been coming for a while who's now got mobility issues. And they've actually, just the lads all called together, and they built him a stand up there, and there's like a little table for him and everything. So he still has his same spot, but there's a stand there now. Now, would that happen? I'm not even dragging Premier League clubs. I'm just saying, would that happen? Probably not. Probably not. And it's not to do with any blame or anything like that. It's just here, there's a level of care that you can afford to have when that's your priority. Like,
yeah. The care towards each other as
sweet.
Well. Yeah. It's just
sweet.
Football at the end of the day for them, isn't it?
Of course, yeah. And I see loads of little reminders, left, right and centre. That's what I'm saying. It's actually one of my favourite grounds I've seen, to be honest, not because of the facilities and everything like that, more because of just all these little reminders of what football's about, left, right and centre, in my opinion at least, anyway. Like, there's a little plaque there. It's just like in memory of a supporter. It's right there. They were telling us down there's a supporter who quite recently... Well, they have a motor neurone condition, which means it's difficult for them to get to games. But they've moved heaven and earth. They're going to open a gate. They're going to drive him in and everything like that. And he's going to stay in the car and watch the game this week. How many clubs do stuff like that? I think it's not about dragging clubs. It's about saying this is brilliant. And other clubs should be doing stuff like this as well. And I bet you tons are. And we should be covering these as well. I just think this is like, the magic of football is very intact here. Like, at least the thing that makes me feel the most connected to it.
Yeah, I think it's that sense of like community as well, isn't it? Like,
definitely.
There's such a big community around here, like we said about the people. You're right, like they do things for each other. And he was saying about North Manchester, like over the years, how it's, you know, I've lived around here for quite a while now, and it's not the best area in the world, I'm not going to lie.
Well,
I've seen better, but, you know, I think that football brings all of that community together, and that's what the club's trying to do, I think.
Yeah.
And you can really see that, like you can see it in the way he was speaking to us as well, you know. He was so passionate about what he does and his club as well. Yeah.
And do you know what he said as well at one point? He was like, because he's a volunteer at the club, he said, if they offered me a job I wouldn't want it. And that was a proper headline for me, because it's like, you're here for the love, you know, you're not here for a paycheck at the end of the day. And it's nothing wrong with being somewhere for a paycheck. Everybody needs to earn money and stuff like that. But here, there's a lot of love that's been put into it. And it was born out of, we can do things in a better way. When I look at, like, I'm seeing of the fans, by the fans, for the fans, I saw things that were just talking about how everyone's a friend here. And they said as well, if you come to a game, talk to somebody, like, everyone's your mate sort of thing. It's just a good way to take in football. If you've never been to a football match, actually, this is something that I think, when I think of me as a kid, because I used to go to Colne Dynamos. Do you know
No, I've never heard of them.
They used to play at Holt House, and I was very young, like 5 or 6, but I have very vivid memories of football, which I think this is invoking, and it's also probably why I'm saying what I'm saying about how I think football should be, really. Like, everyone were lovely with you. Mars bar 50p. Like, do you want a coffee? That's £1.
Back in the day.
Oh, it was lovely. It were a dream. And it's like, our mascot, every time I went, it were like, you know, all players know you, how you, Lewis? Like, it was mental. And I think captain with me uncle or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Or it was some relative or whatever. It reminds me a bit of that, because it's like, what's your priority? Is it, we need to field a team that's going to take us to the top of the league, and then we'll get to League Two, and then we'll... No, I think it's more about a place where you can call home, where you belong. Yeah.
I think they're trying to keep the history of football, aren't they?
Yeah.
And like when we went into the changing rooms as well, just down there, they had all the numbers on the... We went into the changing rooms and they had all the numbers on the hooks.
Right.
So it was like 1, 2, 3, 1 to 11, and then the sub numbers.
Yeah.
So basically every time they play a game, whoever's starting has 1 to 11, and then they have the sub numbers. And then if you're sub next game, you get that number taken off you. You get a sub number.
Right.
And someone else will be the number 10 or whatever it was.
That is like...
I find that crazy because you don't see that.
You don't?
Now. You do not see that.
I was saying when they said that, like, I've been announcing at Championship all season. We might have had 2 number 1 goalkeepers like the whole year. Like, I mean, other than that, it's number 48, number 72. It's like the number 1 shirt is not as common as it once was. We had a substitute actually in the game I just did against QPR. The goalkeeper came off and it was like replacing number 22, number 1. Yeah. And it's like, okay, very odd. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. Do you know what were cool as well when we went into the manager's room in his office in there? Eric Cantona signed the wall, and it were a properly cool, passionate quote. And I just thought, Eric Cantona's influence is actually dotted all over this place. He came, he really liked it, he became a member, he backed it. There's a cardboard cutout of him snuck over there. There's all sorts of different little memorabilia. He signed him a shirt early on.
Cantona's a legend, though, isn't he?
Cantona's Manchester, isn't he? So it's unreal.
Yeah.
He is.
United.
Yeah, this is United now. Yeah. This is the real United, isn't it? And do you know what? And we wouldn't be here, and I have to say thank you to Online Betting Guide. We wouldn't be here without their support. We are on a mission to just get to the heart of football, understand it better, figure out new stories, new worlds, and it wouldn't be possible without them. And they have amazing content on their own website as well, on their YouTube channel, should I say, at OLBG UK. Interviews with footballers. They're moving into doing some really cool long form stuff now as well. But you're talking like Frank Leboeuf, that was a recent one. Emmanuel Petit, we were on about
Wes Brown, Sean Wright Phillips. They've got loads.
Icons and legends left, right, and centre. Wes Brown of United, should I say. So definitely go and check those guys out. They are on YouTube. Drop them a subscription, subscribe to them, should I say, because lots of cool stuff coming literally in the coming weeks. If you're a football fan, place to be. And stuff about non-league and grassroots as well. If you're like, check out their coverage of Dorking Wanderers. It's absolutely top notch. And without them, we wouldn't be travelling and seeing the world like we are doing. So thank you very much to Online Betting Guide. And again, we'll pop the links in the description and you can have a look at that. We talked about how they've got this Cantona influence. But do you know what else I've been seeing quite a lot around the club? Benfica badge.
Yes, Benfica.
So one of their first friendlies.
Our old friends.
I know, good mates. Yeah. They opened Broadhurst Park here and they played Benfica's under-21s, which was such an occasion, absolutely rammed. And they've got a signed shirt in the foyer.
There's quite a lot of little memorabilia. They've got that brick on the brick wall.
And do you know what? That fan wall is actually really impressive for a club in the 7th tier. You want to see it? It's like, it reminded me of Celtic. You see their fan wall. Obviously theirs is like stretches for days, but that in the 7th tier is scandalous to see how many people have backed this club and supported it. Benfica, they have a little brick in the wall, don't they? Yeah. And I think stories that we've heard, like where they have played these big clubs, are amazing for the fans. Like they got a draw against Brighton. Brighton were in League One at the time in the cup. They played them, and they played them to a draw, so they had to do a replay. They didn't win the replay, but the fact that they get a draw, and there's such a disparity between the two teams, I just think moments like that are magical for any club. But it ain't about all that. It ain't about that here. It's more about the day-to-day, I feel.
Agreed, yeah.
Do you know?
Agreed, yeah. And I think, like, a little thing for me, in the changing rooms, the home team changing room, there was an ice bath, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was.
And it was just a bin.
it was a bin with a sign on it saying, this is not a bin.
Not a bin, not for rubbish.
Yeah,
but it was
and do you know what?
In the shower, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what. I bet you there is rubbish in that. I didn't check, but
100%. For me, that's proper football, though. And then apparently in the away team changing rooms, if you like, can you say this?
Absolutely.
Can you let their tactics out?
Do you know what? Is it a tactic? I think we've got to tell them. I think it's the best. It's one of the best things we got told. Right, I'll take the right. I'll take the blame for this. Right. So, in away dressing room showers, it's obviously hot water, but if you give the wall a quick bang, the water goes cold. So if you're ever like losing at half time, just give the wall a quick nudge, and then maybe see how you get on. Maybe that's how Brighton suffered. Who knows?
Maybe.
Give it a quick knock. And yeah, he knew everyone, didn't he? The guy we talked to, he knew everyone who formed the club, who built the club. You get the feeling it was proper connected, like they all just formed it in a curry house. Yeah, you know, like on Curry Mile. Yeah, like it's probably like
one of the best places, by the way.
Yeah,
Curry Mile.
Do you know what?
Have you been?
Yeah, it's unreal. Yeah, I'm moving there. I'm not kidding. I'm moving to Crook Mile. Yeah, I shouldn't say that on podcast, should I?
That's actually one of my favourite places.
Yeah, I cannot wait, actually. I'm actually a bit scared, I'm not going to lie. Why? To have it all on my doorstep, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It might be the end of me.
That's why I've not moved there.
Yeah, it is iconic, to be fair. But just think about this, right? Because sometimes, I've said this before, when we go to these big clubs, they have very similar stories about how they form. You know, it's like late 1800s, early 1900s, two people, maybe they worked on the rails or whatever, think, we should have a club, they meet in a bar or whatever. I haven't heard a formation story from the year 2005 ever.
No, yeah.
And it's quite cool to see the modern version of that. 8 people, he said, sat in a curry house. And then fast forward 20 years later, here we are, and they've played Benfica, they've played Brighton to a draw, they've got history ahead of them. This ground isn't finished, they said, they're going to build.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily building to increase capacity, it's to increase the use. They want to put classrooms maybe, things like that. It's a really special place. They even give us this tombola machine.
Yeah.
Very kind of them.
Yeah, they've not given it us.
Well, no, they haven't actually bestowed it. We've sort of took it, actually. Can you even do that? It's got a slot on top where you knock it.
It's a tombola.
I thought it'd be ideal to show the logo.
Yeah, it's for their half-time.
Yeah.
They wheel it on at half-time and then
I love
do
a
the
bit
tombola.
of this.
Yeah. I love a good tombola.
It's good fun. It is good fun.
Coming up to Christmas as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's always a tombola at Christmas.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's part and parcel. We love it at Rovers. We have a tombola every week.
Do you?
Yeah, £300 first prize, second prize, 2 tickets to hospitality. Why am I doing this? And third prize, £25 club shop voucher. So you want the first prize, really?
It's a good advert, that.
It is a good advert, yeah. For more information, no. But yeah, I think more people, if they come down and take in a club like this, they'd love it. They'd fall in love. It's a lot easier to fall in love with a club like this than a big giant one that don't know your name.
Yeah,
when you come through here, you'd probably learn half the staff's name. And I think there's something in that.
For me, it's where football started, in Manchester. I keep saying this, but it actually is. It's proper Manchester for me, this.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Listen, teams like this, I think, didn't he say Ashton United is one of their rivals now?
Yeah.
Hyde United, Curzon and Ashton. Curzon and Ashton are a league above.
Yeah.
Stockport used to be.
Oh,
they've gone a bit big time, haven't they?
Radcliffe,
yeah, they've gone a bit big time now.
Yeah.
I love teams like that.
Yeah, no, we've definitely got to go and have a look at all of them, I think.
Yeah.
And I guess a good place to end this episode would be just to say to people, if you are local, even if you have a season ticket to one of the bigger clubs in the area, come and watch a game here and just see what you make, because it's a different thing, innit? It is different. You're saying it's where it started, it is. But it's also where I hope it sort of stays on some level. It's connected. It's more connected. Players probably know you. Managers seems down. Everyone just seems very right down to earth, and they've all got stories for days about how much the club means to them. And I just think there's a right connection between the people behind the club and the club itself that isn't always evident in other clubs. So yeah, good day.
Good day, yeah.
Decent.
Very good day. Good day in Manchester.
Indeed.
In Moston.
Yeah. It is about to start raining though, so everybody, thank you very much for watching. I've just felt a little droplet. We really appreciate you checking out the show. If you've enjoyed it, please do subscribe, leave a positive review, and let us know where you want us to go as well, because we're going to big clubs still, we're going to grassroots clubs, we're going to all sorts, and we are just very much open to taking in the world of football. So any ideas, drop them in the comments, and we'll be back in a week with another one. But yeah, until next time, thank you very much. And I missed you last time when you did this, so I'll be on time this time. Enjoy the football and we'll see you later.
Goodbye.
Timing.